Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. Jumping right into some bite down boxing. I hope you enjoyed the Showtime ShoBox, the special edition Wednesday night ShoBox card from last night in Uncasville, Connecticut. It aired on Showtime starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It was headlined by 2016 Olympian Charles Conwell out of the land. He took on another undefeated super welterweight in Long Island's Toussaint, and we'll jump into that in just a minute. I gotta admit, the fact that Conwell's older half brother Isaiah Steen, the fact that he didn't get to fight, took away a bit. It knocked the event down just a tad. And that could have been as simple as the fact that that was a super middleweight fight that was scheduled. Bigger guys, bigger punches, conceivably. Although we saw quite our share of fireworks. Getting into the opener with Brandon Lee. Wow, like he really disrespected the hell out of Jimmy Williams. You know, his first two or three steps once the bell rang, he was doing this and, showing a lot of swagger and everything. I don't really look at him as a showman per se, but he felt very comfortable with what he was getting ready to do to Jimmy Williams. Jimmy Williams did not know what he was in for. Brandon Lee was jabbing to the body a little bit. These are all pretty much shots looking for reactions out of Jimmy Williams. What you working with? What you talking about? What you here to do tonight? Williams show really no indication that he came to really compete. And he's an older fighter, I believe. Maybe the last time you get this type of call. But Brandon Lee is going to work at him immediately, jabbing to the body, attacking him smartly, and then unloads the left hooks. We get 3 knockdowns in the fight. Obviously, it could have been stopped, after the second knockdown. Could have been stopped after the first knockdown. And I think a couple of times here the referees are in a bit of a bad situation because it's almost like they're cognizant of the fact that it's a short night. It's the first round. I could put a quick hook could put the promoter and the network in a bad situation with it being a horrible card. It seemed like they did a little extra, at least maybe in the Boca Chica and Flash fight. But sticking to this Lee situation, the 3 knockdown setups, the way that he set that up and executed it, phenomenal. And then when it was time to get him out of there, is that the one where he had the lunging left hook? No, I think that was Boca Chica. But just, he kind of like slapped him. We was talking that slapping stuff with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. But I think if you look closely, that's what I saw. Brandon Lee kind of smacked him a little bit with the left hand to blind him, and then followed up right away with the right hand. Damn near decapitated the man, put him down. He was out cold, body on the bottom rope, or upper body on the bottom rope. Just the optics look horrible. And again, I think he was badly hurt ahead of that third knockdown. But Brandon Lee did his job. Coincidentally or incidentally, he was the last. He had the last main event on ShoBox back in March. He was Caprito or something. He stopped him in two or three rounds maybe. But anyway, good outing for him. They fought this above. Lee, in my opinion, is a super lightweight. They fought this at 144 and 143 for both men. So it seems like he can still make super lightweight. And like I said, 140 is loaded, man. I forgot about Ergashev, Shojahan Ergashev is another 140 guy. Brandon Lee, and then my mind goes blank. But 140, Elvis Rodriguez, we'll see Friday night. Some young guys that are there that looks like, it could be a bright field of fighters. The next fight, Janelson, Figueroa, Boca Chica against Nicholas Flaz, two Puerto Ricans. Boca Chica and his pops are out of Detroit, train and fight out of Detroit. Boca Chica was in the ring, had a video out there with him sparring against Teofimo Lopez. And it's funny because Pops is another one of those. He's like Teofimo Sr. He's charged up about his boy. And Boca Chica just absolutely destroyed Flays. I didn't mention it about Jimmy Williams. We don't know what kind of preparation Jimmy Williams had for this fight. We honestly don't. Nicholas Flaz, he was a Lukowitz fighter, Samson Lukowitz. I hate when I see such poor technique, such poor defense. Every time he went to go throw his right hand, he led with his face and just left his whole face exposed to everything that Janelson Boca Chica wanted to do. I mean, the dude had to be 70% on punches, power punches. 2 knockdowns there, but Flash just, to continuously walk into punches, head all up in the air. That left hook was beautiful for the first knockdown. I thought it was 3 knockdowns. I'm looking at BoxRec. I did a write up, but I didn't put it together, to be honest. I think I'm a little burnt out. But a phenomenal closing effort. I saw some maturity from Boca Chica. I caught him down in Louisville a couple years ago. He got a guy out of there in the first round and referee Smoger. Smoger, he went to go celebrate over the guy while he was down on the ground, leaning over him, doing some stuff. And Smoger, one of the last fights I think Smoger refereed, got all in his ass and got him away from the guy and was just like, are you freaking crazy? And so good to see him on here celebrate, but still show some class within, relatively speaking. This is boxing. But good animosity between those two, good size for both guys. But Flash just hadn't been down before. Knocked down 2 or 3 times here and stopped. So I think at least that fight was supposed to be better than what it was, than how it played out. So, like I said, man, Showtime is looking back. Because you can look at this and say these guys, that Jimmy Williams and Flaz were completely overmatched. I don't know if that's the case in the Flaz fight. I just think he just fought horribly. And Boca Chica is a pretty promising young dude. Getting into the main event, man. 9th round TKO win or knockout. Yeah, ninth round knockout against Conwell-Toussaint for Charles Conwell. I believe he hurt his right hand in the 7th round. Not an all-world performance, but I'm not saying that to knock him. I like what I saw defensively. He's got a bit of a unique style and a bit of a unique defense, especially at super welterweight. Not a horrible. I like what I saw from the Jones brothers, the Jones family. Arthur Jones let him know, hey, you doing good, you're doing your thing. He told him earlier in the fight, you're doing what you need to do to get the conclusion that you want. You laying the work for all of that. And then later he was like, hey, in the seventh round, he was like, hey, if we really want them to call the right calls, if we really want the right type of action, what needs to be done. And but at the same time, he'd hurt his hand. But he comes out there, in the 9th, after hurting the hand, maybe giving it a round off. He didn't throw it that much in the 8th, but he comes back and lands a beautiful uppercut. Set it up nicely, had been working that uppercut the entire fight. One of his first, 5 punches was a uppercut, I believe, with his left hand in the first round. But got that nice torque on it, and protected himself while he's shooting it. Was at the right distance when he shot it. Landed beautifully, breaks the kid's nose, and he backed away. He raised his hand to signal that you hold on, I need a minute. Backed away, took a knee, and then didn't continue on with the bloody nose. I mean, with the broken nose. Toussaint. That's the same thing when I saw him fight Isaiah Jones back on ESPN August 22nd. Just kind of is there. Not there with a lot of aggression. I saw he was taunting Conwell, and opened his gloves at one point and was like, come on. But it's not like he's trying to do anything. And maybe that's why Conwell, a lot of the earlier rounds kind of went the way they were. He was winning all of them. But you fight a guy who's waiting for you on everything. And he was trying to shoot some counters and using his height a little bit. Jabbing a little bit. He stood toe-to-toe with him more than what we expected. He sparred with Joe Smith Jr., his chief sparring partner for later Alvarez. And then he also got in some work with Sergey Derevianchenko before he fought Jamal Charlo a couple of weeks ago. So you can be tough, but being tough can't be your best skill. Just to be tough, to stand there and take punches. So, but like I said, I liked how I didn't know what was going on those 2 rounds at the end when Conwell stayed outside more, jabbed a little bit more, changed things up. Like I said, I know he was giving his hand a bit of his right hand a bit of some time off in that 8th round. And then, I guess he knew what he was doing because he set the right uppercut up to get the stoppage, and tried to shoot the cleanup left hook as Toussaint was backing out, but he got out of there before that. But and it still ended in the knockout. So like I said, I'm not really down on him for the performance. Again, this kid's been on. I saw them in Georgia, I believe. I think I saw them in Philadelphia at one point. They were down in Cincinnati a couple of weeks ago, which is kind of risky if you think about it, with trying to avoid being exposed to COVID. But they went to a couple of different gyms looking for fights, looking for fighters, looking for sparring, and, probably spent some time up in Detroit while training in Toledo at the Soul City Boxing Gym. So, a lot going on there, but you get the victory. You dominate and you get the stoppage. And, he had a hand problem before the unfortunate fight with Pat Day, but he was coming off of a hand problem. That was a hell of a pick. That's kind of why I didn't write last night when El Diamante, what's my man, Marquez, picked up the fact that he hurt his hand. I didn't even see it in real time. And I'm listening to them, and he was like, oh, he just hurt his hand right there. So that let me know that he knows what the hell he's talking about, and I'm just a dude in my basement, watching from afar. But a decent, a good win, good solid win, moves him on to his next situation. That's it, man. Bite Down Boxing, don't let them count you out. My name is Wood. Pay me no mind, sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Enjoy the fights tomorrow night on ESPN Plus, and in the main event, I think at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'm out.